Hey, you guys, Jim Savoldi, Behavioral Analysis of Markets. It's June the 2nd at 10:32 a.m. my time. If this is your first melt up, welcome. This will be really interesting for you to watch in real time. Um, so far everything's clicking really nicely. We moved up into that sort of split the difference between the 10:30. Between the 8:30 and the 10:20. So right here, um, basically 928. We peaked, we pulled back. The fact that we were able to make another high, let me zoom in here for you guys. The fact that we were able to make a new high here prior to moving down into the model zone of weakness right here into this period here is just indicative of a melt up. So basically, in between any type of zone of weakness, you can pretty much expect to see the market make new highs. Real quickly, we continue to shoot for this. This is our bogey we're shooting for here, that $88 level, which would be contact on the speed line tomorrow morning into 8:10 a.m. my time here in San Francisco. You can see there's new data here. Sorry, I've got a microphone in front of me. It's hard to type. So we've got this new data here into strength into 11 to 11:15. So that's sort of what we're in right now. We've got some weakness later on, but that's coming from a small degree model. So that's sort of just a hiccup on the way to, as I said, to this, I believe. I'll show you guys really quickly where we are on the charts. And again, this is delayed data. Because I don't want to have any problems with the provider here and showing live streaming data. So here's our fractal from yesterday. We'll start with this one. Here's our fractal from yesterday, which is this 5-minute melt up fractal. Here's where we closed yesterday. I created that video, told you guys that I was comfortable with this $41 to $43 target right here, and then mentioned if we happen to jump up into this expanding megaphone melt up fractal that, this is where I thought we'd be. Again, this is delayed data, but here we are about to make contact on the speed line. This is when I'm getting this $88 target tomorrow morning. I've snapped this line. That's into 8:10 my time tomorrow morning. So that'll be June the 3rd. And so the nice thing about the fact that my lower time frame nesting fractals, these are considered like nesting inside of this larger degree 60-minute melt up fractal that I'm about to show you guys. The one that if you've been following me for 3 weeks now, that's the one that we've been following with the important yellow line that we jumped above and to kick off this whole melt up. But anyway, when we can also drill down and see these nesting fractals that also are miniature melt up, expanding megaphone melt up fractals, it just really helps everything. I was just on the phone with someone. It helps kind of guide people along, kind of hold hands in between, the $32 retest and the, $300 to $500 kind of target that I think we're probably headed toward. So this is great because we get to have all these targets along the way and sort of make sure that everything's tracking, nothing looks too wonky. Here's the bigger picture that we were talking about. So if we assume that, I've always been talking about the June 8th and 9th dates as the most likely, really explosive upside melt up. We cleaned these speed lines up. And so as you can see, it's sort of a 280 to 295, depending on which day contact was made. But here's price right now about to enter this window. And so, everything looks exactly like every melt up or crash I've ever studied going back to 1922. There's just nothing different about this. So I'm pretty confident. I told you guys in the beginning that if we could move above this yellow line, and the significance of that is that that's what kicks off these incredible high motion, high velocity moves that for some reason want to catch up with this existing speed line. So this one was formed in January. I've shown you guys the other speed line that was created, a couple of years after the stock went IPO. So if we start to move up toward this level, then I'll back up and I'll show you guys what the big picture speed lines look like, and we'll kind of go from there. At some point, I would anticipate that, we will hit my speed line targets, and then we might even have an overshoot like we saw in GameStop. If that does happen, I've told you guys I'll be tracking my proprietary topping count in real time, and that's how I kind of carry everything through the final. I tweeted out today that if there's enough support, I'll do a live stream when we really start to accelerate, and I think we're going to attack certain higher levels where this thing may be preparing to sort of be done. And after this does flame out, there are lower retest levels that would indicate, basically a massive decline back down. But that's sort of probably to be expected if you've been around for a while. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Good job if you've been able to hang on. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback that my models actually help people with sort of calming down and not getting spooked out during declines over the past 3 weeks. I remain long from the $9.19 level on May the 4th. I told you guys I wasn't going to be selling. I'm not selling. And when I do, I will let you all know. But it's going to be up toward those speed lines, I think. All right, good luck.